Just because I called my son sweetie, my future daughter-in-law accused me of being a homewrecker. She even brought a group of women, who referred to themselves as the moral judges from the homewrecker vigilantes, into my home. I had just come back from the beauty salon when I stumbled upon a live outdoor stream on my phone. On the screen, a group of people were marching down the street with a banner that read, "End homewreckers today." With great enthusiasm, they shouted into their headsets and interacted with viewers in the live stream. Hit that follow and like button. Guys, we're going to show you live how we deal with a homewrecker. As they spoke, they arrived at the entrance of an upscale residential area. When I saw the entrance gate, I was stunned as I recognized that it was my own neighborhood. Right then, the live comment section was flooded with messages. One netizen commented, "Damn, this homewrecker lives in the same neighborhood as me. Ugh, disgusting." Another person commented, "I heard that only rich people live in this neighborhood, and there are many mistresses and kept women here." Then, someone else commented, "Don't care. I only watch the live stream for the moral judges. Once the moral army takes action, the homewreckers are done for." One more netizen commented, "I hate homewreckers the most. My husband was stolen by one. Hurry up now, host. I can't wait to see you catch a homewrecker." Seeing the increasing number of viewers on the live stream, the host became more enthusiastic, constantly urging everyone to follow and send more virtual gifts to become the top 3 fans of the live stream. The host even emphasized that once they hit 300,000 followers, they would immediately head to the homewrecker's house. Nowadays, more and more hosts have no bottom line and will do anything for viewership. I had never been interested in this kind of live stream and was about to scroll away when suddenly, a familiar face appeared in the video. It was my son's girlfriend, Alyssa Davis. I was not a conservative person and had always supported the freedom to love, so I never got involved in Bryce's relationships. However, he was quite sensible and always showed me photos and told me information about his girlfriends. Alyssa and Bryce were university classmates. They had been in a relationship for 4 years and were very close. He was already planning to bring her and her family to meet me to discuss their engagement. Though I had never met her in person, Bryce often spoke highly of her, so I was quite pleased with her and had already considered her my daughter-in-law in my heart. Alyssa was in front of the camera now, tears welling up in her eyes as she pitifully expressed her grievances to the live audience. My boyfriend and I had always been close, and we were even planning to get married, but this homewrecker kept sending him messages, flirting with him every day, and even threatened me, saying if I didn't break up with him, she would make my life unbearable. In this day and age, can homewreckers really drive someone to despair just for money? She sounded so pitiful that anyone who heard her feels sorry for her. Upon hearing that, all of the livestream viewers sided with Alyssa, saying they would definitely help her take down this wicked homewrecker. I never thought the world was so small that I could catch gossip about my future daughter-in-law just by watching a livestream. I then stopped watching the livestream and called Bryce. "It's no surprise your credit card bills have been in the millions lately, Bryce. Are you cheating and spending it on your side piece?" He replied, "No, I didn't. The card is with Alyssa. She must have used it." I retorted, "Still trying to deny it, huh? Alyssa is already going to confront the homewrecker. I'm telling you, Alyssa is a good kid. If you have really wronged her, I'll break your legs. Also, I will never let you marry a homewrecker." With that, I hung up the phone immediately, and suddenly, there was a knock at the door. As soon as I opened the door, someone forcefully pushed me back, and a large group of people barged in. Immediately after, someone in the crowd shouted, "Look, everyone, this is the homewrecker we're going to punish today. Look at this fancy house this homewrecker has by sleeping with men. Has humanity really sunk this low, or is it just a complete moral downfall?" Just as I steadied myself, several phones were shoved in my face, and I heard all kinds of nasty insults. I looked up and was baffled, wondering, aren't these the same people who were live streaming to catch the homewrecker earlier? Why are they here? I then immediately tried to explain, "You've got it wrong." Before I could even finish speaking, Alyssa suddenly slapped me hard across my face. "You shameless bitch, how dare you seduce my man?" The unexpected slap made my head spin and my vision blur. At the same time, those who had barged into my house rushed to mock me. "Look at you, you look so respectable, but you choose to be a homewrecker. You had it coming." "Exactly, we're the moral judges here to teach you how to follow proper virtues." The neighbors heard the commotion and gathered around to watch, pointing fingers and making sarcastic remarks. Suppressing the anger boiling in me, I turned to Alyssa and said firmly, "You're Alyssa, right? You've got the wrong person. I'm not the homewrecker you're looking for." Considering that Alyssa was Bryce's girlfriend, and he might have wronged her, I decided not to hold this misunderstanding against her. I thought she would leave sensibly after hearing my explanation, but to my surprise, she became even more worked up. Alyssa arrogantly shouted, "What? You have the guts to be a homewrecker but not to admit it. I clearly heard you call my man sweetie on WhatsApp." It dawned on me then. It turned out the homewrecker Alyssa mentioned was me, Bryce's own mother, and the very reason for that was because I had called him sweetie. Ridiculous. However, I hadn't threatened or pressured her as she claimed in the livestream. It seems she wasn't as sweet and innocent as I had assumed. I fixed Alyssa with a cold stare and said sternly, "Alyssa, I suggest you ask Bryce to clarify what kind of relationship he and I share." She retorted, "What's the point in asking? Anyone can see you're a shameless homewrecker. You're obviously trying to seduce my man for his money, since he's the son of the richest woman in town." As Alyssa spoke, her eyes flicked to the diamond ring on my ring finger, and she sneered, "You wretched woman, you're already married, and yet you come to seduce my man. How disgusting." The nearby hosts of the livestream took the opportunity to stir things up. "Exactly. Your own man isn't enough for you, so you go for someone else's, huh? Don't you understand that a woman should uphold traditional virtues? If this were in the past, a promiscuous woman like you would have been publicly humiliated. Another host even pinched her nose and waved her hand dismissively, mocking, I can smell that desperate stench yours from way over here. Simultaneously, the livestream chat was filled with all sorts of personal attacks against me. Upon seeing that everyone was backing her, Alyssa became even more brazen. She glanced around the living room and pointed to a chair. Tie her up right here. Today, we'll show everyone the fate of a homewrecker. As soon as she gave the order, someone immediately pulled out a rope they had prepared in advance from their bag. The group acted immediately, grabbing my hands and feet and forcefully pushing me into the chair. Afterward, Alyssa took the rope and swiftly tied me up. Bound to the chair, I struggled and shouted, "What are you doing? Let me go!" But the more I resisted, the more excited they became. A host then shoved a camera in my face. Guys, the live show of punishing the homewrecker has officially begun. I stared at the crazed crowd and sternly warned, what you're doing is illegal trespass and abduction. Aren't you scared of the legal consequences? Alyssa mocked dismissively. What a joke. You're just a lowly homewrecker, and you dare threaten me, the legitimate girlfriend? Do you really think you can polish a turd and call it gold? Let me tell you, trash will always be trash. No matter how fancy you dress or how luxurious your home is, you can't cover up your stink. Today, I'm going to make sure you give back every penny you've taken from my man. With that, Alyssa suddenly spun around and began smashing anything she saw. Seeing this, the host got even more excited. We've been enacting justice against homewreckers for years, and never encountered one as brazen as her. Exactly. She's acting like we moral judges don't matter at all. Guys, we're going to teach her a lesson today. Tap the screen, give us some likes, and we'll give you a front row seat to the action. Upon hearing that, the live chat flooded with likes, comments, and gifs, and the viewer count soared. The viewers seemed unable to tolerate it any longer, and urged the streamer to act quickly. The host wasted no time and launched into a frenzy of destruction in my house. I glared at the crazed group and angrily shouted, "You are all lawless!" Alyssa grabbed an emerald necklace, smashed it on the ground in front of me, and snapped, "My man is the heir to the richest family, and my future mother-in-law is that richest woman here. So what if I am lawless? What are you going to do about it?" When the necklace fell to the ground, it broke apart, with emerald pieces scattering all around. A keen-eyed expert suddenly picked up a piece of the emerald shard from the ground and muttered, "This looks like an authentic emerald necklace. Its starting price at an auction would be no less than $2 billion. Upon hearing that, everyone in the room couldn't help but gasp in shock, seemingly shocked by the outrageous price of the necklace. Alyssa, however, sneered disdainfully. As if she could afford such an expensive necklace. She must have tricked my man into giving it to her. What's wrong with me smashing my own man's stuff? Besides, my future mother-in-law is the richest woman. She adores me, and soon I'll marry into a prestigious family and become a high society lady. Forget about smashing this homewrecker's stuff. I could even kill her, and there wouldn't be any consequences." With her arms crossed over her chest, Alyssa stood there with an air of arrogance, as though she were already a reigning queen. It turned out she was so arrogant because of me. I sneered and said, "If your future mother-in-law sees you acting like this, you can forget about marrying into a prestigious family." Alyssa instantly flew into a rage and demanded, "You bitch! Isn't it enough that you seduced my man? Now you're cursing me too? I'm going to give you a proper beating today. Don't stop. Keep smashing everything to bits." With that, Alyssa led the charge, once again going on a rampage in my house. The group of hosts, as if fueled by adrenaline, began to smash things even more frantically. This time, they went all out, smashing everything with great force. They didn't miss a single thing. Vases, antiques, valuable items, jewelry. They grabbed and shattered everything on the floor. They even used scissors to cut up all the designer clothes and limited edition bags, just like a gang of looters in a city. The once clean and tidy villa turned into a complete mess within minutes of their rampage, littered with shards and trash everywhere. I eyed the phone on the table, and while those maniacs weren't paying attention, slowly inched myself and the chair closer. But just as I was about to call the police after grabbing the phone, one sharp-eyed host noticed me.